Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. Data privacy and misinformation will continue to haunt Meta in the metaverse. Meta's disappointing Q4 2021 results have put even more pressure on the social media giant to get its metaverse experiment right. More than 3 years after the Cambridge Analytica scandal, Meta still falls short of a credible strategy on data privacy and misinformation, and these issues will continue to dog the company as it enters the metaverse, says Global Data, a leading data and analytics company. As for Global Data, Meta has left several metaverse-related questions unanswered. These include how its advertising business model will work without relying on targeted advertising and how it can ensure consumer safety in this digital world. The flood of misinformation on its Facebook platform has tarnished Meta's reputation, and it's likely that online harm and harassment will only amplify in the metaverse. It is still unclear how Meta will reconcile the need to monetize the metaverse with the promise of building a privacy-friendly virtual environment. As on its flagship social media platform, targeted advertising will lie at the root of data privacy and misinformation issues in Meta's metaverse. Meta's weak outlook shows that the social media company still bears the scars of Apple's iOS changes. It will need to dismantle its platform's targeted advertising infrastructure and replace it with a privacy-centric one. At the same time, the company is investing heavily in the metaverse, particularly augmented and virtual reality technologies, which has impacted profitability. A report says a number of companies are discussing that the metaverse rose every quarter in 2021. Virtual and augmented reality, digital media, artificial intelligence and mobile gaming were some of the metaverse-related themes discussed on 2021 earnings calls. Metaverse largely appeared on transcripts, and it's a telltale sign of analysts that also being more curious about investments and strategies. Firms are scrambling to be the top in the ever-growing metaverse trends, underlined by Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The global data experts say the metaverse is attracting significant media attention and is often described as the next incarnation of the internet. While the metaverse is still conceptual, early prototypes and use cases are emerging, with gaming-related companies such as Meta, Epic Games, Nvidia and Microsoft are leading the pack. In addition, AR and VR are key enablers of the metaverse, both for consumer applications and the future of work. More investments will go into AR and VR over 2022 as companies strengthen their capabilities and search for talent to position themselves in the metaverse mega theme. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. DIPAM Secretary says privatization of PSU banks will create jobs. The Department of Investment and Public Asset Management Secretary Kanta Pandey said that the Modi government needs to create awareness around privatization of state-owned banks, that it is not intended to take away jobs but to create them. He said a major issue arises if banks are not privatized, as organizations don't change fast enough or don't have enough capital to sustain the business. To facilitate privatization of public sector banks, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman was expected to introduce legislative changes in the winter session of the Parliament. However, the move was put on hold after a nationwide strike of bank employees' unions. Experts predict mobile phones to not get cheaper despite concessions from government. Many believe that the duty concession on some mobile parts such as chargers and camera lenses announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman at the Union Budget 2022 will help cut down the retail price of mobile phones and in turn impact consumers' pockets. However, most industry experts believe that the concession on mobile phone parts will not impact smartphone prices or the end consumer in any way, at least not anytime soon. Navkinder Singh, Research Director with IDC India, said that duty concessions will not bring down mobile phone prices immediately. Cynomi raises $3.5 million to help SMBs automate cybersecurity. Cynomi, an Israeli cybersecurity startup that has built a virtual CISO platform for SMBs and service providers, has raised $3.5 million in seed funding led by Flint Capital. Cynomi's platform removes the human component and instead uses artificial intelligence technology to emulate a human CISO and automate previously manual operations. The startup's vCISO platform provides organizations with a NIST-based assessment with security scores for specific threats such as ransomware or data leaks, and a state-of-the-art assessment of vulnerabilities and exploits for externally exposed assets. government to seek into proposals for private equity from 3 telcos. During the Rajya Sabha session, Telecom Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw stated that the government is currently in the process of reviewing the proposals from 3 telecom companies who are interested in converting their interest on the deferred spectrum as well as adjusted gross revenue dues into equity. The minister further informed that this one-time opportunity to pay the dues was given to the telecom companies in order to keep the government's revenue unaffected. He added that the government has received letters from the 3 telecom companies who have opted for this option and are already under review. Conti ransomware encrypted 80% of Ireland's HSE IT systems. The threat brief published by the US Department of Health and Human Services paints a grim picture of how Ireland's health service, the HSE, was overwhelmed and had 80% of its systems encrypted during the last year's Conti ransomware attack. The HHS cybersecurity program said the HSE did not have a single responsible owner for cybersecurity, senior executive or management level at the time of the incident. There was no dedicated committee that provided direction and oversight of cybersecurity and the activities required to reduce the HSE's cyber risk exposure. The impact of the ransomware on the IT environment was reported by the HSE's management to lead to 80% encryption. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.